Why, hello and welcome everybody. It is Pohx again. So today we've got, I guess, a rather cool video for you guys, because I know a lot of people ask me about the end game and Skyforge and whatnot, and I couldn't really answer that question as I took pretty much like a 2-week break from the game, and I had to catch up for quite a bit. But today, I can finally show you guys some 10-man raiding content. Now this raiding content requires 36.1k prestige. I know you don't see 36k at the bottom, I have it snapshotted, to even enter the raid. Optimally for this dungeon, you want 6 DPS? 6 DPS, 2 alchemists, which are support characters. Well, that ended very fast. You want 6 DPS, 2 alchemists, and let's try refreshing this. 1 lightbinder and 1 tank. That's like your optimal setup here. So I'm not gonna go through all the trash mobs and everything. I'm mainly just gonna go through oh, this did not work. This only highlighted an hour. What? Oh wait, no, this is good. We're good. Okay, so I'm gonna go through pretty much all the bosses here, and just explain to you guys the boss fights, and kind of show it to you guys, because I know a lot of people are curious to know what is out there for them. One thing to note is by doing this, you get purple rings, which are, I guess, best in slot for quite a while. You have 2 tiers. You've got a lower tier ring at 2400 proficiency requirement, and you've got a higher tier ring at about 2700 proficiency requirement. Purple rings offer higher stats than blues and greens as well. So, we've got our first boss coming up. There's 4 bosses in this raid. Now, this is my first time running it in this video. I've run it, many times after, but I feel that this video is the best to showcase it, because it shows me being stupid, 1, and number 2, it actually does a full run, because a lot of the times you don't do the last boss because it's quicker to just skip him, depending on on your scenario. So let's go to 6 minutes. We have our first boss right about here. Alright, so to explain this first boss really fast, it's pretty easy. Pretty much all he does is he's going to spit pools of acid out. He's going to spit pools of acid. If it hits you, it'll knock you down, and the acid will stay there for the remainder of the fight. So it's kind of like a DPS check, although it's really not that difficult. I mean, we're running here with like 7 randoms, so pretty much like a pug group, aside from, I think, like myself. There's 4 of us. There's myself, Yoshka as a DPS, Cat Dog, which is our tank, and Ashy Sanguine, which is our lightbinder. His other thing that he does is he will use this flappy attack, or let's see if you can see it right. Is that it right there? You'll see. A bunch of people get pushed. He'll pick a direction and he'll start flapping. That's the acid you can see right there on the floor. If I show you guys future content of this raid, it's gonna be me playing an alchemist role, because I've kind of taken a liking for alchemists and raids. They're really cool because they can reflect pretty much any boss attack, and it doesn't hit that much, but I mean, I can reflect about 100 to 150k depending on my maximum health, which is pretty neat. I'm gonna see if I can show you guys a little flap attack here. See if we can get it. Come on. There it is. See his little flap, his little frontal flap, and you can just go behind him. You can call out what side he's flapping on. The only dangerous thing with this fight, really, is I would say so that's the acid right there. If you get hit by the acid and you're standing in front, so say I'm standing right here right now, and say I was more to the right where the acid was, and he pushed us back, and we kept getting constantly pushed back inside the poison. So a good tip for this guy is you want to have your back turned towards a pillar, and that way he cannot push you back unless you're standing by the pillar and then you get wrecked because what's the word I'm looking for? Because there's like an acid pool on it. You can also get knocked off in the fight, so it is a tad bit dangerous. As for tanking, I would say just go either clockwise or counterclockwise and just slowly start pulling him as the acid kind of fills up in the remaining areas. That way you have more room to for the DPS to play around with. So let's skip this out a little bit, and when you kill him, you will get a purple ring just like every other boss, and you'll start getting tactical sense amplifiers, which I believe is a little bit later. You can see there's my Cunning Fighter's signet. I think I'm going to pop it up, so if you guys want to see the stats here, I will pause the video. So that's the kind of stuff you get out of here. This is the higher tier one. It's very good, 4.1% crit chance with 2 top stats of 700 is a very strong ring. So now we're going to go ahead and skip to the second boss at 1735. Alright, so this guy is called the Annihilator. He's pretty simple. As you can see, there's like 4 surrounding platforms. Those platforms will turn into turrets progressively throughout the fight. I don't know if there's a set amount. I want to say it's like kind of like every increments of 25% health. I don't know if that's necessarily true or not, but I know that even if you burst him down through the first phase, he can still spawn a turret. So now there's two ways to do this. You could like speedrun this with a good tank and support, whereas instead of killing the turrets, the tank just holds aggro on them and the DPS just burn the boss. Or you can do it the safer way, which we approached, which is essentially killing the turrets when they spawn. Now, aside from killing the turrets, he's got a few other attacks. He's got one where he pretty much runs at you and, you know, Mortal Kombat punches you to the next level. I don't know why he does this. He just gets really upset and will charge you and just uppercut you. It does a pretty decent amount of damage. I don't really know if there's much to avoid it. That's just what I've noticed. Now, things to avoid, or things to notice as well, supports are very favored on this fight because they have a really important role. So now, if you look at him, he is going to do this attack where he grabs someone and he pulls them and lifts them up in the air. After he lifts them up in the air, I could be wrong on this part, but I believe this is how it works. After he lifts them up in the air, he is going to drop them, drag him to him, and then just punch the ground and hit everyone in an AoE. Now you can see there he's constructing his first turret. So our DPS is going to go ahead and turn the turret. Oh, no, I lied. That was it, actually. Let me see if I can go back. I just couldn't see because I'm not playing a support character right now. Okay, let's see if I can show you this animation. There it is. You see him? I wish I could show you, but that's his animation right there with his hand to lift someone up. And then after that, he tries to pull them. And there's his punch. See, now I'll check everyone's health in the raid. So he hit 3 people. So that is one thing that he does. That's pretty much everything. Let's see if I can skip through this really fast. There was I think it was an uppercut attack. I'm trying to see if I can find him. Oh, I guess as for the tank, he fucking constantly pushes the tank all across the map as well. I've noticed that. Our tank always complains about that. See if I can get him lifting someone up. This might be a better point of view here. There's the uppercut. And he's running. He's running back and forth. And of course, if you guys want the official audio, you can just click the link below. That'll be down there for the Twitch highlight. Let's see if I can find this. No, come on, lift someone up. You can do it, buddy. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. There we go. See, there's the lift, as you guys can see. And then after that, I believe he pulls them in. And there's the pull-in, and there's the uppercut. Okay, so I was correct on that. And that's pretty much the entire fight. So you're just going to continue through that. Oh, okay, good. I thought Twitch highlight just went poop for a second. Oops, let's go back a little bit more. Alright. And that's the other tier ring, Ring of Spirit. It's a 1344. That's the lower tier one. The Signet, which is the greener one, below it is the higher tier one. Next, we're going to move on to the third boss at 3015. Now, this guy is a Golem. This guy's an asshole because he has... There's only 2 things you need to... Well, there's 3 things you need to worry about. He's got a burn phase that I believe 3 bars of health where he will spawn a shitload of adds, and you typically want to just save buffs, burst him at 3 bars, or, you know, use a Witch Curse to pop him. Now, if you saw it just hit the whole raid, I don't know how that skill works. I believe it's like a Chain Lightning. For people who played PoE, I think it's like Vol Ice Nova. You can see everyone in the raid here. And everyone's kind of grouped up in the beginning here. And I believe it's something like it ricochets off a target. So I think he's going to do it. Let's see if I can see the animation for it. There's our Witch Curse. Okay, there it is. It's starting to hit people right now. You can see it's bouncing. There it goes. So that's one thing. I don't know when he does it, how it's telegraphed. Because yeah, I stole aggro with my Witch Curse because I hit him for like 1.7 million. So I want to figure out how that one works. Because there's been times where I'm so far away from people I'm still getting shocked. Aside from that, he has a phase where you need to come in, or else you'll constantly get shocked, and that's it right there. You can see, I don't know what this is called, looks kind of like honeycombs, but they're blue. And when this happens, everybody needs to come in. It gets kind of confusing with a kinetic, because a kinetic's dome looks very similar, but it's not, it doesn't have like the honeycomb look. If you see this little honeycomb thing. And then you get out, and you can see If you're stupid like me and you get out, then you get shocked like that by the lightning. That's the kinetic dome. This is pretty much a constant rinse and repeat. One good thing to do, I guess if you play like an alchemist again, because it's kind of like my main at the moment, is when everyone comes in and people are low, that's your time to use your ultimate to heal because everyone's grouped up. Just to show you guys again, let's see him do another in phase. There's the kinetic dome. The kinetic dome is down, and the in phase is right there. Just so you guys can see it again. And me being stupid, I don't notice it. All right. Let's skip this up a little bit. I think. See if I can show. Okay, there's an example of an alchemist heal. So take a look if you guys want to see one of the class ultimates of an alchemist, or the class ultimate of an alchemist. It's this giant vroom 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 vroom. So let us skip through this guy. There's a ring of courage. Alright, so this last guy we wiped on once. And this guy is pretty fun. So I'm gonna speed this up to an hour in. Now this boss over here is called Firewing, and this boss is very PJ Salt. See if I can pop this up and see him. Alright, so that's Firewing. Now Firewing is cool as the last boss because he's got a couple of mechanics to him. So first off, if anyone's run like Lunaire Swamps, I think it's called, he has a charge attack. So you have to look very carefully and you'll see him charge. It hits for a decent amount. It hits for probably like 50-60k. So let's see if I can pinpoint when he's charging. Just wait. Trying to get this. That's a charge. You see him? And boom. And that procs Pally Symbols, because Pally Symbols are OP. Now, on top of him charging, he's going to have a rocket phase, which is going to come up very soon. If you look under my feet, he starts putting little circles under everyone's feet when he's going to do a rocket phase. There's the rocket phase. They don't hit too hard, but they will bounce you around. And when they bounce you around, you can fly into other rockets, and it gets kind of like a clusterfuck. So now this current spot, rockets and charge, will rinse and repeat till 20 health bars. And then he's going to change a bit. So I'm going to speed up to 20 health bars. Alright. Now at 20 health bars, he's going to go up. And ads are going to spawn. Ads that you've previously killed in the instance before. He's going to spawn 2 masters and a bunch of little dumpy ads on the left camp and the right camp. Your goal is to kill them before he actually comes back down. He will now start spawning rockets that I believe hit harder, have a bigger AoE, and he'll spawn like 2 to 3 times the amount. You can see them all over the floor now, going crazy. And they will do immense amount of damage if you start getting ricocheted in them. This rocket phase will now persist for the entire fight. So he will now continuously do this advanced form of rockets. And this should happen in maybe like 1 or 2 more seconds here. Get another rocket phase. There it is. Just hard to see on the ice. A good way to play this out is by using the Alchemist Invulnerability for the raid when the rockets are coming down, or the Lightbinder AoE Invulnerability as well on the first phase, so you can try to burn. Now, what this boss does as well is after he comes down from being in the sky, he's going to introduce one more new mechanic, and then that's the rest of the fight. So this currently right here is probably the hardest part of the fight, which still isn't even that difficult, it just requires some coordination, that's all. So I'm going to speed this up just a little bit, see if I can show you guys. Actually, he's coming down right now, I don't need to. Awesome. Alright. So this boss will now, he'll kind of look like he's doing a charge animation, but he'll pick up his legs more, and he'll actually turn like the whole screen to fire, and you need to line of sight behind the pillars, or you can reflect. So I wish I was showing you from an alchemist point of view, because I reflected and hit him for about 150k each time. And I think that might be the animation. It's hard to see from this point of view because it's my first time running, so I was a little bit flustered trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Let's see if I can get his animation. No, we're still good. Alright, now it should be easier. Let's see if I can call out this animation. That's it. So he kind of stopped all animations, and now he's going to do it. That's his fire. And he will continuously do that for the entire fight. It does about 100, maybe a little bit more than 100k damage. So it's not going to one-shot you. But coupled with all the other shit with the rockets and everything else, it is a pretty lethal attack. But it's not that difficult to dodge at all. You know, you just have to figure out his fucking emotes. Because that looked like it as well, but that's his charge. So this guy just takes some getting used to, that's all. You know, I've run this maybe 6 times, and I still have to figure out what the hell he's doing sometimes. Let's see if I can call out one more time for you guys. Now, the only benefit to killing this guy is you get more tactical sense amplifiers. You get like 15 to 20 off them, maybe more. So you get like 3 to 5 times off the other bosses. And this would be his fire, and you can see it go boom. That snake actually just tanked it from the necro. See if we can speed through this really fast. You are dead. Confirmed I'm good at games, guys. Alright, this should be the last part of this raid. And I'll see if I can get you guys some anomaly clips later. And again, any content, any videos you guys want me to upload, please let me know. You know, drop it on the comment section, drop it on my inbox on YouTube, drop it on my Twitch inbox, and I'll do my best to get them up. Just remember, I can't do class guides unless I've actually thoroughly played the class. So you may see an Alchemist class guide coming up here shortly. And that would be the raid, my friends. The highlights and everything will be posted down below in the description, so make sure you check them out. But I hope you guys had a wonderful day, and I hope to see you guys all tomorrow. Remember, you can always check me out streaming at twitch.tv/Pohx. And if you guys like the video, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, everyone. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.